November 3rd, 1995.
Good evening. I'm Barry Nolan.
And I'm Terry Murphy. Thanks for joining us. New trouble for Bob Barker tonight, and once again, it's a beautiful model that's gotten him in hot water. The game show host has certainly seen his share of controversy in recent years, but now another Price is Right model is claiming she got the boot, according to her, because Bob thought she was too fat. Diane Diamond has the exclusive.
I never even got to say goodbye.
Holly Hallstrom was a mainstay on The Price is Right. For 19 years, the dark-haired beauty graced the stage alongside host Bob Barker. Holly literally grew up on the show. Now, according to her, it's all been taken away because she says Bob Barker thought she got too fat.
I didn't retire, I didn't leave, and I didn't quit. I'm not a quitter. They kicked me out.
Holly helped pay for college with part-time modeling work. During a vacation, she visited L.A., and on a lark, she took the audition that would change her life.
I auditioned for like 6 weeks of callbacks, and then they said, we want to cast you, and we're going to pay you all this money. I went right home and dropped out of college like that.
Over the years, Holly's popularity grew. Her contagious smile won her loyal fans. She became an institution on the show. But earlier this year, Holly's health became a problem, and her doctor prescribed hormone replacement therapy, steroids, that she says made her gain 14 pounds.
Your showcase begins with this beautiful bedroom.
Still, at 5'11" tall, Holly had a figure to envy. But Holly says that Bob Barker was not happy with her extra weight.
I'm explaining women's hormones and, you know, the hormonal cycle and all this kind of stuff, and Barker just has this kind of glazed look on his face. It's like, yes, yeah, just do whatever it takes to lose the weight.
But Bob Barker's side says that's not true. In fact, they say every accommodation was made to help Holly conceal her weight by shooting her behind props and prizes. But Holly, seeing her high-stakes career go down the tubes, decided to go off her medication to lose the weight. That's when she says Bob Barker flew into a rage.
The man was angry about the, going off the medication and him, being held responsible for it. And the next day, I got a letter from his attorney saying, Mr. Barker has never told you to go off your medication.
The letter goes on to say, quote, your good health is and should be your first and foremost concern.
Next thing I know, Barker was coming and saying, we want you to take early retirement.
Being a game show loser was the last thing on Holly's mind. Now she gets these letters from the show every week telling her not to come to work. She calls it a forced retirement. But Bob Barker and the show insist that her departure was mutually agreed upon. Holly's last show aired a week ago.
I was feeling so good, and we had a party, and my boyfriend was coming, and everyone was excited. Everyone's always excited, the last show of the season.
Little did you know that would really be your last goodbye.
Last bye-bye. And that's why I don't want to watch it.
Today, Holly feels Mr. Price is Right was dead wrong.
We'd always been told this is a family show, we're a family. And, when I went to the family and I said, hey, I'm having a problem, can you help me? They kicked me out.
For almost 19 years, Holly was paid to smile for millions of Price is Right fans. Now, when the game show princess looks back on her career, she's filled with sadness.
I just like to say goodbye to my fans. I didn't get a chance. And hopefully this isn't goodbye forever. But I love you all. Thank you for everything.
Holly says it's hard for her to understand just what happened because by the time of that last show, she says she only had 5 more pounds to lose. Again, attorneys for the show and for Bob Barker say as far as they're concerned, the reason Holly left is simple. She retired. Barry?
Thanks, Diane.